Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night in Orlando. Clear skies and a soft breeze fill the air tonight. In spite of everything that's been happening across the domain, the weather seems to disagree with the grim tone that has beset many within the boundaries of the city. Alexandra Diamond, Ancillor of Clan Brugia, has been bombing her clanmate's phone with texts and calls, wishing to warn him about a great catastrophe or incident that she has witnessed. Something she witnessed at a pool party. Vance, for his part, has been busy elsewhere. A simple neonate, he hasn't really spent much time smoozing with the upper echelons of the city's aristocracy. The high and mighty elders, the entrenched, established, and powerful. He's been at the ground level, getting a bead on the many neonates of the city, his clan, where they are, what they're doing now, how the war has affected them, and what maybe he can do to help them and how they may further a better future for a more liberalized Orlando, a freer Orlando. So it's only now that he actually accepts Alexandra's request for a meeting. He says he will meet her at around 11 within a warehouse he's recently purchased. Still within his domain, although fairly close to the boundaries. Not so much so that people could just walk in, but it's hardly at the center of his domain. The warehouse you happen upon, you either drive over or are driven, is fairly large. Sits on Broadway Avenue. Fairly large warehouse. You can see a lot of construction work has been taking place. Not right now, everybody's left for evening. Most of the area is fenced off. Parts of the warehouse are being expanded somewhat. And taxi ranks are being painted out on the side of a road where you imagine the entrance to the club will be. Right now, from the exterior, it still looks generally like a warehouse. There's still a lot of construction going on. You can see parts of the club beginning to take shape, though. Mainly in the aesthetic, you see a lot of graffiti art, actually. Lots of signs and symbols anti-authoritarian terms, phrases, and symbolism. You even see the bourgeois symbol, an inverted, disguised as an inverted anarchy symbol. Tucked away into one of the words. Disguised as an O. You can see some of the parking spaces seem to be slowly being built out around the left side of the building. That's where you'll be able to park. Or at least it would be. It's still fenced off for the most part. There are a couple finished spaces. But there's plenty of space on the side of the road where these taxi ranks are being kind of built out onto the side of the road.
So where exactly would I park? Like in or outside on the road?
More or less the entire warehouse is kind of fenced off right now because there's some exterior construction as well as interior. So the warehouse itself isn't just locked; it's largely fenced off. You can see the manager's office and an outhouse.
Alright, I'll park outside of where I think it's going to be the front. And if I come out of there,
You see Vance is actually just hanging by one of the lock gates.
I'll start walking towards Vance then. Vance, good evening.
What's up, Alex?
Sup. The whole city is, figuratively speaking, on fire.
I mean, isn't it always? This is
Uh,
not news to me. I hope you haven't called me just to tell me that, because I already knew that.
can we go somewhere privately, please?
Yeah, I have the keys. I have the keys to the warehouse. Just one sec.
Big place.
Yeah, I could have gone a larger place, but I felt like it's really, really worth it. It wasn't worth the cost, to be honest.
Well, depends on how well it goes, I suppose.
Kind of building out. Yeah, I'm gonna be building out some of the basement floors of this place. You know, turn it into a little den of sorts. You know,
Mm-hmm.
an Orlando underground. He says as he just kind of unlocks the padlock on the gate. Ladies first.
Chivalry, huh? Wouldn't expect that from you, honestly.
I mean, it's sardonic, but by all means.
Yeah. So go in.
He'll lock the gate behind you. So he just kind of trundles on in. And then unlocks the warehouse too. How do you like the look? Community project. Well, it'd be nice. Bring people together.
So far, so good. It has the size.
I mean, size ain't everything.
Ain't that the truth?
You open up the warehouse. You can see there's been a lot of interior work being done. Place is slowly beginning to take shape. A lot of it's still very much a work in progress. Floorboards have been ripped up. Some are being put back in. Balconies are still being put onto the first floor. It's a building halfway through construction or halfway through renovation, so it's quite messy. The only room that really looks partway finished is it's a windowless room, all the way at the back of the warehouse.
I see you've been busy. As you look around a bit.
Yeah, I'd like to think I'm doing a good job.
I would say so.
You can see that's the stage where we're gonna have our band. We're gonna have a hi-fi system set up all the way around, all over the place. Want to see if I can set up a dance floor also on the first floor. Might be a bit tricky, but I think I can make it work.
What will you do with the walls?
Well, I'm building out the right side a little bit.
I'd say leave them bare. Let the patrons decorate them.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm going for.
I think it's fitting.
Make it look a bit rougher though. Looks too smooth. Looks too uniform. Needs a bit of personality layered onto it.
Well, after you're done, throw a couple of parties. We'll get there, don't worry. Just get the right crowd in.
Yeah. He'll lead you into his office, or a office. It's not particularly well decorated yet. It's pretty bare. It's really just a kind of standard office desk. Nice chair though, kind of nice big leather chair. It's the only thing with any real sort of glamour and personality in the room. It's I'm just gonna see if I can get a description for it.
I mean, it's a chair.
It's a chair. But it's basically a sort of it's got four wooden legs, kind of thick black leather, sort of those metal buttons that sort of keep it all together on the chair arms, and are kind of around the rims of the chair.
Pretty classic choice.
I mean, it's big, it's dark, pops out. Works for me. The light kind of hangs from the ceiling a little bit. Kind of gives the room a kind of slightly grimy feel.
The question is there a chair for me in there, or are you just gonna sit your ass in the main? And have me standing?
No, you'll have a chair for you. It's a similar chair. There's a couple chairs in the room. that are kind of presented before the desk.
Mm,
He's also got a computer set up on the desk as well now.
okay.
Old blocky thing. Year 2000, got 11.
Oh yeah. Come on, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it
Yeah, they
wasn't.
were pretty bad.
How do you know? You don't remember you were a Bobby there.
I remember dial-up.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's impressive.
Mm.
Hmm. Anyway, she's gonna sit on a chair with her purse on the desk. I have to tell you, first of all, what we're gonna talk about should not leave this room.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, so many secrets.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. Well, what is it?
I need to
What's...
know more about the situation, but we might have been wrong about how things are run in the city, in our assumptions. I don't know if you heard about that pool party that Primogen Vanessa was throwing the other day.
Nah, yeah, I did. I didn't go. I kind of had other shit going down.
Well, if you had been there, it would have been very, very informative. Let me tell you.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm kind of, getting informed by the people who weren't invited or weren't able to go because they're trying to keep themselves afloat and don't have the time or
Well, it might have been
luxury to
for
go
the
to pool
best.
parties.
It might have been for the best. Because if more people were there, I suspect there would be a bit of a bigger crisis than we currently have. Though I don't want to underestimate the situation. In any case, it seems that the prince as well as Vanessa are being controlled somewhat.
Wait, who's doing what now?
See, when I told you that things are big, they are big.
No, repeat it.
The prince and Primogen Vanessa and probably most of the Tremere in the Chantry are being controlled.
Okay, doesn't surprise me. They're a fucking cult.
Well, what if I told you that they're being controlled by someone who has been presented to the city as a neonate of the clan?
Who's that?
I believe his name was Mikhail, although that is not who he is. Mikhail Dragonov. But that's not at all who he is.
Okay, who is he?
Katya's husband, the presumed dead elder.
Alright.
Problem is, I don't have much information about him, but he's very powerful and that he possesses knowledge that would be considered mm, forbidden, should I say? Dangerous, both.
This isn't really. I mean, there's a lot of forbidden knowledge that the camera doesn't want people to know.
Well, okay, you want specifics, I suppose.
Yeah, because, I don't really care if
Okay.
someone knows something that the camera deems forbidden, because, I mean, they forbid a lot of fucking things that, frankly, everybody should know about. That's neither here nor there.
Oh, I agree with that. However, the way it happened, well, there was a bit of a blunder from another ancilla there. I will talk to you about him later, I suppose. One thing's for certain that he's not a fan of many of the standard policies.
Yeah. Okay. Who does that? Okay. No. Well. Okay. Get to that later. But what the fuck is this forbidden knowledge? Stop being around the bush and just tell me.
The Book of Nod.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that.
Well, yeah, he kind of. Thorn mentioned that he's interested in occult knowledge in the same bathtub with the hot tub with the prince, no less. But anyway, when this happened, this supposed neonate came out and started reciting it.
Okay.
Well, what followed is pretty much Katya jumped out of the hot tub and went inside. There was a screaming match. I couldn't hear much, but uh, and then I saw both the prince and Conrad. They couldn't move. They were frozen in place.
All
And
right.
Conrad pretty much broke his hands trying to get free from that. I don't know what that was.
Sounds like some form of trauma chicanery, if you ask me.
Well, probably something that I hadn't seen.
Or dominate. Could be that.
Mm, it wasn't dominate.
How do you know that?
I know that because he tried it on me later.
Okay. How'd it go to? Wait. What the fuck would he
And
do on you?
I'll tell you if you let me finish. Ugh. Well, anyway, Thorn tried to communicate with the prince and Conrad, asked them if he needs to intervene, and they blanked, so we went inside, and what we saw is Katya with a dislocated jaw, and this guy right next to her telling her to sit down, pretty much. And my first instinct, of course, was to go and whisk her out of there, and I froze in place. This
Okay.
was not dominate. This was something else. And not a moment passed, and both myself, Thorn, and Ely, who was there, were flinged across to the other end of the room.
Okay. Ely? He. Okay.
Yes. So
Asshole.
Thorn managed to somehow talk him down and get Katya out of there. And
Why? Who Fawn
before,
is again?
you don't know him, he's an old Clancy meaty. He's a probationary member. He's been here for a
What the
few
fuck?
years. We'll talk about him later, okay?
I mean, if they're letting him in, I mean, that's fuck. Anyone can get in, I guess.
Uh,
Hey,
look,
I ain't complaining about that. That's gonna
you
be real
shouldn't
fucking
have.
handy for
I
me.
mean, you shouldn't have a problem with Thorn. I have sway over him, let's say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever. I mean, is sleeping with him too, or is this?
Well, we might
So
be
yeah.
dead, but we're not dead. In any case, this is when we learn that this was her husband, who was supposedly staked and left for dead in the sun. But somehow he's here alive and with a changed face.
So he's gone rogue and he's usurping the Tremere of their own domain.
Pretty much. And from what I'm understanding, he probably has a good grip on them. Probably the only person that seems to be resistant is Conrad. And I have asked him for a meeting so we can see if there's any course of action we can take. I have also tried to reach another elder. I don't believe you have met her, Eve.
Evelyn? Yeah, I
Yes.
saw at the museum that one time.
Yeah, Evelyn.
Yeah, nah, I like her aesthetic. She's got style.
Yeah. And she's probably the only one who can truly help in this situation.
What makes you say that?
From what little information I got about this guy, he's very bad news.
Okay. Why is Evelyn the cure? I mean, there's an entire Primogen council out there. Why don't they just take power away from the prince until the issue's resolved? Would be pretty easy for 7 clans to work together and take this asshole down, right?
Hmm, probably, maybe.
I mean, it's kind of the entire premise of the tower. If we can't take down one man with like 7 clans, with most of his clans all having an elder each, then I mean, what the fuck are they even doing here? They may as well just fucking hand it off back to like whoever the fuck comes in.
Well, I haven't contacted any of them.
Uh, okay. Well, I'll see if I can find a Nosy. They should be able to help us out.
The thing is, how much involvement do we really want from the Primogen when.
I mean, okay. Okay, let me ask it like this: how much of a problem do we think this guy is going to be for us as a clan? Do we actually care that this guy's fucking with a Tremere? Really? And he fucked with you,
Depends. It
but
depends how he's going to affect them. Because as it stands, like before I knew what I now know, both the prince and Katya are more on the more progressive side of things. I mean, the prince invited us in the bathtub and insisted on calling him Michael. You don't see that very often.
a lot of princes don't want to look like they're down with the people. Ironically, from what you're telling me, this was a pool party hosted by an elder for a bunch of elders, so eh?
Well, Fernand was there as well.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't been able to get a hold of that fucking guy at all. I've been trying, I've been texting him, but he hasn't responded to me.
Well, I guess he's enjoying his new apartment.
Hmm.
You know, young people have other priorities and interests, I suppose. He's not very big on following orders.
Fair enough to him.
He has spunk, you know.
So, okay, this fucking
He
guy.
he didn't understand a thing though. He was just in the hot tub drinking wine. So
Yeah, it seems
that's
like, I mean,
no, that's good. I wouldn't want him to be in harm's way in any.
well, now what I'm saying is that like it seems like this Mikhail guy, uh, it seems like he only fucked with you because you decided to intervene with Katya.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, if he was so bold in blowing his own cover at a public event in front of everyone, you have to ask why.
He's
Why?
either
Why,
really
why
dumb or
is
he's
he
really
so
confident.
exactly? And I don't know if I would go for dumb, because he managed to fool a lot of people. Can you believe this guy? He was even at the meeting about the raid. Anyway, the thing is, I don't know how his presence here is going to affect them. And I don't want us to be at a disadvantage. This is why I have not taken it to the Primogen yet.
Hmm.
Nor will I before I get more information.
I mean, if anybody's gonna have information on shit, it's likely to be Nosferatu and Markavian, to be honest. I'm quite curious about this entire situation, really. Guess it depends on who this. What's this guy's real name? Do we know his real name?
Marcus.
Marcus.
Vance.
Okay, I'm interested in this Marcus guy. I want to know what he's about. Because if he's just fucking over Clan Tremere because they fucked him over in the past, then
Mm.
it sounds like it's an internal issue, to be honest. If he's going out of his way to fuck with other people, though, that needs to be dealt with. I mean, don't get me wrong, he sounds like an asshole, but it doesn't seem like something we necessarily need to go out of the way to fix.
Oh,
At
yes,
least not
I know.
yet.
I don't think it's going to be something easy or something that will be done tomorrow, but in any case, I have arranged for a meeting with Conrad, I have arranged for a meeting with Evelyn.
I mean, if we're gonna help the Tremere, like, out of their own fucking mess, then we sure as shit should be getting rewarded for it.
Oh, definitely. But mainly, if it was, if I was certain that this was not affecting anything, I would say, yeah, it's their problem, whatever. But, well, we know where our interests lie, we don't know where his interests lie. And if I can see by Katya's reaction, I don't know. I will let you know, however, as soon as I get the meeting with Conrad. He probably,
Yeah, I wanna be at this meeting too.
I don't know if that is possible since you were not there.
I don't really care, now I know.
You know, because I told you in a room where I told you that nothing gets out.
Yeah, but I want to know what the fuck this mean. I want to know about this situation. I want to know about this guy. I want to know like if he's a threat or not.
And you will.
I mean, no, I'm not interested in go-betweens. I want to hear it from the man himself. I don't see what the problem is. I just turn up to the fucking meeting and listen.
And how are you going to explain the fact that you just turned up in a secret meeting?
I mean, does it matter like if he knows that you
I
told
don't
me?
know if it matters.
I'm just like, hey, look, I'm just here because I heard there was a meeting and the clanmate decided to bring me to it. I don't know shit. I'll just say that. I'm just here because I heard there was a meeting. I don't need to know the context of the meeting. But even if I did, how much does it really matter? Seems like the Tremere really seems like Conrad wants to help out his clanmates. Kind of ironic, really.
How is it ironic?
Well, I mean, it seems like Marcus and the Tremere are just the fucking pyramid are just fighting over these Tremere.
Marcus
Like,
is his brother.
uh, no, I don't get that. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like, look, the
Yes, it
Tremere are
is.
all already they're already a fucking cult. That's like
I know, but why haven't there been?
they're just fighting. He's just Marcus is just bickering with the rest of the Tremeros over who gets to belong to who. It's just petty bullshit.
Don't you wonder why they haven't contacted the higher ups?
I mean,
They have a strict hierarchy, and this guy was supposed to be dead.
yeah, and if Marcus is controlling all of them, well, I guess they can't.
Exactly.
It's yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the pyramid and Marcus bickering over who gets to enslave what Tremere in this fucking city.
Well, yeah, if he can enslave Elder Tremere, who says that he's gonna stop there?
I mean, I feel like if he wanted to have enslaved all of you right there and then, if he could freeze you in place, he probably would have begun the process, right?
I don't know.
That's neither here nor there. Maybe he does want to destroy the world or some shit. I don't fucking know or care.
I don't know. I need
Sounds
to
like a
find out.
prick.
Oh, most definitely. Not a likable person, that's for sure. Well, anyway, for the time being, well, Thorn is extra paranoid because he thinks he has made an enemy of him. He's currently staying at my haven under security. Not that it would help if that guy decided to
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm
become
pretty confident
dangerous.
even I could break into your haven. Not gonna lie.
It's not about breaking in.
I mean, if you're trying to keep him safe, it kind of is.
I have hired someone to watch him.
Do you mean hired like a mortal or a kindred?
A kindred.
Oh, which one? The Asimite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had him sign a non disclosure agreement.
To be fair, I'm not sure they'd care much about that if push came to shove.
Well, I've made him pretty good offer. I just hope that this will blow over because it's been keeping me away from my own work, and that bothers me.
What bothers you?
That all this situation has been keeping me away from my own work.
What are you working on?
I'm trying to open my store.
Oh, you still haven't done that yet? Oh, shit.
Well, how easy you think it is to move a bunch of luxury jewelry from one city to another?
I
Say,
mean, I could do that pretty easily for you.
well, next time I want to stock, I'll keep you in mind.
And where are you importing it from?
Well, the main store is in Miami.
Oh, shit. That's easy.
Yeah, but it's not endless supply. I need to get more.
Yeah, well, I could do that. That'd be simple.
You don't
That's
have to
literally a
worry
phone
about
call.
that. You don't have to worry about that. I have more than enough contacts in Miami. The thing is that I haven't finished renovation here, and I also have to do a proper opening. I was wondering if you would attend.
Well, it depends. I have to wear a suit.
Probably.
Uh,
It will be provided.
no, that makes it worse, not better.
Well, you can change before you before you arrive and after you leave. You don't need to be seen if you don't want to. In any case, it's not such a big deal. Most
Whatever. So, okay,
chill.
we got an asshole who's fucking with Clan Tremere, which is kind of bad because Tremere is a prince. Uh, Personal vendetta against them or some shit. Pretty powerful, pretty nasty. Doesn't look like he did any lasting damage here, to be honest.
Oh no, he did not.
There you go.
He's at the
Maybe
gentry. Uh, Prince and Katya left after that incident. I I assume they went to the hotel. I haven't seen them since.
It seems like elders within elder stuff.
I don't know honestly, but if we're talking about someone who can control three or more elders at a time, that's concerning to me. I don't know what this guy wants to do, and I'm not about to risk at least my people for that. In any case, I hope that this situation is not going to change any of our plans.
Shouldn't worth bringing up at the rant though.
Uh, would that be wise?
What, you don't want to tell your own clan that the Tremere are being controlled by an unseen elder from the shadows?
Depends on what they're planning to do with this information, because I don't want them running towards him. I don't know what he can do.
Bro, it's a fucking clan. Like, it'd be more dangerous to not tell them that the fucking prince and the primogen are being manipulated.
Well, I suppose you're right. But before we do the rant, I want to know more information about him. So after the meeting, okay?
I'm probably just gonna give the Nozzies a call, see what I can find out.
Yeah, you do that. I'll see what I can figure out with Evie.
Yeah, I would chat with Max as well. If I run into Evie, I guess I'll give her a ring, but I don't know.
I have already made arrangements.
Well,
As for Thorn, I think, well, he has some questionable views in regards to the whole organization. I mean, he's, after all, a probationary member at the moment, so I guess that's to be expected. Also, there is
another what?
another Ancilla,
Oh,
a gangrel. I don't believe you met him,
nah, what's his name?
Jason Davos.
Jason Davis?
Davos.
Davos?
Yeah.
Nah, never met him before.
Well, I didn't mean to enchant him. I'll tell you that much. But I might have some, how to say, way to lead him more towards our cause. He already seems quite, well, I'd say that from the ones I've met so far, I think our task in this city will be quite easy when it comes to the younger ones, I suppose, as opposed to the elders. It still leaves half the Primogen Council being on the traditionalist side.
Yeah, but that's what the whole rant's for, to talk that shit through and find a way forward.
Well, I did have a small plan, but now I don't know.
Let's talk these plans through at the rant. No point getting carried away.
I'm
Although,
I'm
you,
gonna talk to the rant about trying to seduce the prince.
He kind of rubs the bridge of his nose.
You have no idea how powerful Pillow Talk can be.
Nah, but aren't you already sleeping with like 3 other people?
Uh, no. I mean, two, not three.
He rolls his eyes.
Why? Is there a limit?
My point being is that, I mean, that tactic can backfire if.
I'm very open with my affairs. Don't worry about it.
The other thing is he's quite obviously already in a relationship with Katya. Like,
Well,
just feels like more intrigue than politics. Doesn't feel like the more honest approach that I feel like we should be taking.
by all means, tell me.
If if they're really looking to change things for the better, then we should be making that stance and position clear to everybody, and then pushing that forward to other clans in the council. If we're just involving ourselves in more behind the scenes intrigue, then we don't look like we're any different than anybody else. We're just more licks pushing a personal agenda. Just becomes very easy to write us off.
There must be a process.
That's kind of the problem with the Camarilla. There isn't. Like,
There are many problems with the Camarilla. You don't need to list them all. I know.
but look, we can talk about this at the rant. I can introduce you to all the neonates. I'm meeting a couple more of them tonight. Elliot put me in contact with them, and it'll also be meeting my kid.
You. What? When did this happen?
What do you mean? When did this happen? I never said I didn't make a kid.
Uh, all right. You never brought it up before. Anyway, um,
Her name's Rox. She's cool.
well, I guess I trust your judgment.
Yeah, she's still really young, like as in not neonate fledgling, so. But she'll be coming to the rant. She'll get her say just like everybody else.
Okay, good. I'd like to meet this child of yours.
She's a real fucking breadwinner. I'll tell you that.
Really? You seem quite fond of her.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have embraced her if I wasn't fond of her. Jesus. Like, I don't do the whole spite embracing. I'm not a dick.
I mean, yeah.
But she's a bruiser and a half. You could learn a lot from her.
That's good to hear. Fresh blood, and from what you're describing, strong too.
She's real tough. She's had her fair share of licks in the world.
Alright, so when do you think this round will occur?
I'm thinking holding it a week from now.
Not on the weekend.
Nah, I still need to get in contact with the rest of the neonates.
Yes, just make sure it's not on the weekend. I will be away in Miami.
Yeah. I'm not gonna host around unless I know everybody can be there. I want to reach out to this elder too. Obviously, I'm not really a fan of elders in general, but he's a bruiser. He gets his fucking say. So I'm quite interested in why he's forfeited his say. To be honest, it's very unusual.
Yes, from what I have heard, he's not very interested in politics in general.
Yeah. Well, he will get his say on it, and if he doesn't want to have a say, he doesn't need to speak. And at the very least, he'll know where everybody else stands. And that is a proper rant.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's see, yeah. And we can sort out this primogen shit. Got a fucking new one now. That one guy's trying to take over the fucking city.
Oh, it's strange that we are the only clan that doesn't have one.
Quite curious, given that we're the most numerous clan, but I suspect it was that they offered the position to our elder and he turned it down.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Might have been the case.
Of course, it isn't really justified not leaving us with anything else to really, just kind of not saying, well, who else wants it? But I suppose they're just expecting us to figure it out amongst ourselves, which wouldn't really, surprise me.
Mm.
In any case, I very much intend for this primogen of our clan to not follow the traditions of the Camarilla in the sense that too often I find that primogen we are accountable to our primogens rather than the other way around. This primogen's going to be accountable to their clan.
How I see it, the primogen should be a representative
Pretty much. They
and
rarely actually do that,
and
but
an advocate.
well, ultimately, most primogen are just go-betweens for the clan and the prince, because God forbid the prince actually talk with the small folk. Heavens no. What heresy. Ain't gonna fucking work like that here, I can tell you that much.
Well, we do have the numbers.
You do have a lot of numbers, that's true.
And
Well, that's
apart
just
from us having the numbers, I expect that there will be others joining.
beer. Really, Fernand's the only guy I need to meet.
I'll make
The rest of
sure.
the neonates.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
make sure he comes over.
Yeah, could yeah. He's real hard to get a hold of.
Well, new city, he wants to be the party boy.
Uh,
In
fair
any
enough to him.
case, I'll I'll send him over, and if there's any development, I'll let you know. I suppose you let me know when the meeting happens. I suppose you can attend. It's not like I can tell you not to come. You'll come anyway, so there's no point in opposing. I believe that might be it. Do you have anything else you wish to talk to me about? Is there anything you need perhaps?
Not really. Everything's been going real smoothly on my end, to be honest. I ain't had any real problems. Trying to think of anything really, other than my child coming over.
Uh from where? Where is she?
Oh, I need to present her to the prince. I'm trying to get a meeting for that.
Oh.
Yeah, she's here. She ain't out on the streets, though.
Isn't she under your protection in your domain, your haven?
Well, she's certainly under my protection, yeah. Obviously, she's under the accounting, he air quotes. So, you know, and obviously hospitality and all that shit needs to be paid and whatever the fuck. I mean, if they're letting in an old clan Tismisi, whatever the fuck that even means, like, how are they different? Like, is he different from a
Well,
Noblesmisi?
yes, like they don't uh do the whole facial reconstruction thing. They consider that a disease.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree, but whatever, I guess.
Well, they
But
do some magic stuff, I suppose. Don't think that I have a perfect understanding of it just by what Thorn has told me or showed me.
okay, so than that, there's nothing really important to talk about other than meeting the rest of the neonates. Trying to meet neonates from other clans as well, so I'm kind of trying to find an excuse to hook up with a Noz. But yeah, other than that, everything's been going fan-fucking-tastically. Um, yeah.
I'm worried about connecting. I'm I'm worried that they might see me as something completely other due to my general situation and approaches.
Who's gonna see you as other?
The rest of the clan? I don't know. Well, I haven't met them yet. I wish for that to happen. I guess I don't appear very conventional, that's what I'm trying to say.
I wouldn't say that really. You're not that much different than a lot of idealists or individualists.
Well, I see myself as more of a pacifist nowadays, but whenever does that work?
I mean, pacifism, in my opinion, is quite a selfish ideology.
Well, I'm not personally pacifistic. Pacifistic in general. I wouldn't want any unnecessary bloodshed. I won't say conflict because conflict is always happening. In any case, it's not up to me. It's up to the clan and what the clan decides. I will follow. This is how things are supposed to be.
Good. I'll see you at the rant. I'll tell you when it's going. I'll tell everybody when it's going down, but I think it's going to be about a week,
All right. Oh, I
maybe a week and a half. I'm thinking about 10 days from now, somewhere around there.
just try not to do it on the same night as my opening. Don't take this personally.
What? No. Whatever.
I'm teasing you.
I know. All right. Thanks for the chat, though. I appreciate the information. Wouldn't really want to. Now I know that now when I'm walking up to the prince, I'm basically speaking to Marcus and not actually the prince.
By the way, if you want me to be present, let me know. I got you back here.
Might actually need it, given that, a bunch of wheels within wheels at this point. Can't be certain. But, yeah, I'll keep you informed. I'll see you later, and I'll tell you when my club opens. You can Get yourself a VIP ticket, as it were.
Yes, I might bring a date.
As long as they're not wearing a fucking suit.
No, no suits here.
Yeah, that's the actual rule. You wear a suit here, you get kicked out.
Actually, if I would go on a date with my enemy, perhaps I'd tell him to wear a suit in a punk club. But I don't date my enemies.
I mean, I'm fucking glad. Okay.
Have a nice evening, Vance, and my
No,
regards to the rest.
yeah. See you around.
Unlock the padlock, please.
And here I thought you were a bruiser, he says as he unlocks the door and the warehouse and
I
the
guess,
warehouse entrance and the gates for you.
I guess the next time you prefer that I break it?
I'm just teasing. All right, fuck off.
Good night, Vance.
And he'll begin walking off.
I'll just go to my car and fuck off.
And yeah, I think we can end the scene there. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.